Once students hit a 3.0, they qualified for Lotteria, a reward system that gives them $1,000 in store merchandise, but also lets them grow their brand, which can help them pay for college.
I'm Phil Sterling with Channel 33, and I've come down to Huntington Beach Pier to become one with the tribe and learn what this week's rhythm is gonna be. Huntington Beach already paid millions to renovate over a dozen projects that they thought the state would pay back. Fortunately for the city's wallet, Michael Gates, our city attorney, did get back $5.2 million in a 2018 case and is confident in securing $22.4 million in the future. Franklin Moore is a substitute teacher and photographer who's currently without a car. His wife would sometimes drive him to work, but he would like one of his own. Unfortunately, he saw a deal on Facebook Marketplace that was too good to refuse. I'm Phil Sterling with Channel 33 News, and it turns out that California's housing needs report is inaccurate and unsupported, according to the state auditor. I'm Phil Sterling with Channel 33 News, and I'm in the Scandia Mobile Home Park in front of Carol Rohr's residence, who shared some information with me about who the real owners are of Scandia Mobile Home Park and the connection between mobile home park owners and city council members. Scandia Senior Mobile Home Park was purchased in August of 2021, and its rent is planned to rise by $75 a year for 3 years starting March 1st. After those 3 years, rent prices will rise again to what could be around $2,195 a month. This will be detrimental to many mobile homeowners currently living off pension and Social Security, so a group called Save Our Seniors decided to take on IPG, the company they thought now owned the park, only to find out it merely manages it. IPG doesn't actually own Scandia.
Correct.
It's 60% owned by Court & Scott and 40% by Fritter.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what role does IPG play in this? Because you don't even talk about them anymore.
Well, Brian Fitterer owns IPG, Investment Property Group.
Okay.
So he's got his hands in both sides of it. Brian Fitterer owns the park, and he owns IPG, which manages the park.
Wow, okay.
Right. But Court & Scott owns the majority of this park, and they have a negative history in Huntington Beach on owning Rancho Huntington as well, which he purchased in, we think it's either 2009 or 2012. So, and he immediately did exactly what he's doing to our park, to that park.
There is currently no evidence that Court & Scott Financial Group and Brian Fitterer are members of organizations that represent mobile home park owners such as Western Manufactured Housing Communities Association, better known as WMA, or Manufactured Housing Educational Trust, or MHET. These landlord associations provide their members with tenant screening and coordinated group discounts on insurance. They also represent landlords when dealing with local elected officials. In fact, there are records of city council members and even the city attorney receiving campaign donations from these landlord associations. That being said, WMA claims that most of its members are family-owned and operated businesses.
Yeah, so MHET and WMA, which is the organization that mobile home park owners are a part of, have been donating funds for several years, and those funds have been accepted by several of our city council members.
What do you think that money is being used for?
Well, it's a conflict of interest, for sure.
The council members highlighted in this video declined requests for comment. However, Michael Gates stated that, quote, "No, I'm not for sale for $540 or any amount. I fulfill my obligations to do my legal job well, according to the State Bar of California." Ultimately, Save Our Seniors would like to exempt mobile home lots from Section 803 of the city charter that prevents any form of rent control, and they'll need to get 29,000 signatures to get it on the ballot. If that's successful, they would then like to negotiate a new law that would only allow rent to be raised by 3% maximum on mobile home lots each year. Sometime in the near future, the city will be holding a senior resource fair that Rohr is looking forward to. This is Phil Sterling with Channel 33, signing out. I'm Phil Sterling with Channel 33, and Carrozza surfboards have been carving Huntington Beach's waves since 2012. I've come to the Carrozza surf shop to see them be carved out of foam.
The first step is to just shape the core, the foam blank. Then you can route out the holes for where the fin boxes go, and that's to attach your fins to the board. Then you would wrap the board in fiberglass, starting with the bottom, then the top. Then you would add a layer of sanding resin over that so you don't sand into the fiberglass. That's called a hot coat. And you do that on the top, then the bottom. And then from there, you would sand the board to basically like the finished product with a series of different sandpaper progressions. Before you finish it, you can decide if you want to do like a high gloss finish on the board. If you did, then that would be another application of gloss resin and then another sanding process, like really fine sandpaper, and then buffing the board out with like polishing compound.
Carrozza grew up in Long Island, New York, then moved to Hawaii, where he made personal boards. Eventually, he landed in Huntington Beach so he and his wife could be closer to her family.
So I brought over probably 5 or 6 boards, and then realized like a lot of the boards were better suited in Hawaii, but some of the other boards that I was making in Hawaii for like small flat conditions, there worked really well in California, like some of my high performance fishes and like stubbier short boards. And then even my high performance short boards, guys were like, oh, let me try it. Got back into shaping. Like I wasn't thinking, it's such like a populated industry in Southern California. It wasn't the first thing on my mind. Like
you're like, it's already being done.
It's done. Yeah, there's plenty of people. So, but that's the really cool thing about Huntington is like there's so many like diverse surf cultural groups and people and styles, and there's a niche for everybody. I think for me, my niche has been people like really enjoy be a part of the process of they come in, they give me their info of where they surf, what they're looking for, what they want this board to do for them.
Carrozza boards don't only have to be bought at Carrozza's store, they can also be found at the 17th Street Board Shop. You get some boards repaired by Chris Carrozza.
I do. He does mostly all of them for me, yeah. And I carry a few of his boards in here too, the new ones.
Okay, why do you choose to do business with him?
Nothing to do with the shaping. I'm just kidding. It's because I like him. He's a nice guy.
You had a friend that he rides a Carrozza, but you heard about him before, right?
Yeah, I had definitely heard about Chris Carrozza. He's like a legendary shaper here in HB, so. Okay,
and then are you gonna think about getting a board, or what did your friends say about it?
No, he loved it. He made a custom fit for him, so I know he surfed that for a while until it broke actually, so.
Okay, how long do you think he surfed it?
I think probably 2 years. That's a good board life, they break, it happens,
Sometime this summer, Carrozza should be opening a showroom where you could check out all his surfboards. If you decide to grab one, you can head out into the ocean, join all the other surfers. This is Phil Sterling with Channel 33 News, signing out.